Hello everyone! With the Pathfinder 2e Remaster newly coming out, I'm sure there are many of you who are curious about it. As it is called just a remaster, the core mechanics of Pathfinder are really left untouched. Those of you familiar with Pathfinder 2nd Edition before the remaster will still find all the same core mechanics intact that made you fall in love with this system. So, whether you've been playing other systems or totally new to these kinds of games, let me introduce you to 5 reasons why Pathfinder 2nd Edition, remastered or not, might be the system for you to play. Number 5. The 5 degrees of proficiency. Now, there are many different systems where sometimes you are just know what you're doing in a skill or not, or you have a bunch of points you can put into a skill or not. The way that Pathfinder 2e handles proficiencies, this handles weapons, spells, skills, all sorts of things, is the 5 degrees of proficiency. Untrained, trained, expert, master, and legendary. What these allow you to do is it's a measure of how good your character is at something. The main thing that you can control and easily upgrade on your own are skill proficiencies. You can be trained in as many skills as your character allows at the beginning. Starting at level 2, you can become an expert, you can become a master at level 7, and you can become legendary at level 15. These will give you an additional +2 plus your level to everything that you roll. This allows you to truly state what you want to be an expert in, a master in, or even legendary, like very few people are in the world at a skill at the higher levels. This allows you to truly differentiate your character, that even if you happen to have somebody playing the same class in the party, you can do many other things that make yourself unique to that character. Number 4, the 4 degrees of success. Now this applies to pretty much any roll of the d20 that you might use in the system. This can apply to attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, all sorts of different rolls that you might make. The way that this works is that if you fail a check by 10 or more, it is a critical failure. If you rolled under the check by 1 to 9, that is a failure. If you meet the target number that you're looking for, usually called the DC, by meeting it or exceeding it by 9 or less, that is a success. And if you succeed it by more than 10 or more, it is a critical success. Now this will allow you to... This same thing is what applies to attacks, though typically there is no critical failure difference in attack rolls. Or saving throws, where you can take double damage or an extremely long duration on a detrimental spell if you critically fail its check. Or you can completely negate the effects and damage on a critical success. Or you can use this on skill checks to gain additional advantages or have downsides, such as if you attempt to trip an enemy and you critically fail this check, they will be able to trip you instead. This applies to all of the rolls, easily allowing you to know by how much you succeeded or not. Now you can use this strictly by the rules. Many rolls and skills have their very specific things of what they do, such as critical hits or athletics checks to swim, for example. Or you can use this just in general as a blanket way of applying to many things in the game of how well you do. This is some of the beauty of Pathfinder 2 in general, is there are systems that apply to all roles such as this. The proficiencies apply to everything. The degrees of success apply to nearly every roll that you make. Once you understand these basic mechanics, it can apply to so many different things to better help you understand. Number 3, pure amount of customization available to you at every level. Now you might think, coming from other systems, that possibly you only really have a couple choices maybe at level 1, and then your choices after that might seem a bit limited. Well, that is not the case in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. You will be getting something that you will be able to choose every single level, whether you are a martial character that hits things over the head or a spellcaster that hits in the back and slings spells. You will have something to pick at every level. For many of these customizations things, they all fall down into feats, where you will be gaining ancestry feats at levels 1, 5, 9, 13, and 17. So level 1 every 4 levels thereafter. You'll be getting skill feats and class feats at every even level. You'll also be getting general feats on some of these odd levels at level 3 and every 4 levels beyond. So 3, 7, 11, 15, and 19. And then you'll be gaining a huge amount of attribute boosts, which you can use to increase your attributes at 5, 10, 15, and 20. So you can see that there are so many different things that you can pick as you go up. And that's not even counting spells if you're a spellcaster. This is every single class is able to pick all of these. That will give you a huge amount of customization that if you were to have two, say, fighters in the party, they will be different. Or, because ancestry feats are tied to your ancestry, you could have two Leshies in the party, and they could have completely different ancestries and backgrounds to make them completely different in that regard as well. There is an enormous amount of customization you can do with versatile heritages that you can pick, so that you could be a demonically touched plant creature if you wanted to be a Leshy Nephilim, for example. There are so many different strange and wonderful things that you can do here, and it is amazingly balanced for how much customization that it gives you, because each one of these are just little tweaks to your characters that are fun and exciting, that allow you to do so much more. Number 2, all of the rules for this entire system are available for free. That's right, you heard me. F-R-E-E, free. This will allow you to look up any rule that you want, any class abilities, class feats, spells that they might get. You can look all of this up. Every ancestry, every magic item, everything is available for free. Where? At oraclesofnethys.com. I will have the link here and down in the description below if you wish to check it out. This allows anybody to pick up the game and play. You can look up monsters here, hazards, traps, spells, anything that is within these books is available to you for free on this website. And the main thing that you will not find there is any published adventures. Those are the main things that they will keep to themselves that you will have to buy for sure. But this has the rules always at your fingertips. We all have the internet wherever we go these days, it feels. So you can look up anything that you want quickly and easily on an official website that Paizo, who is the company behind Pathfinder, is fully aware of, fully supports, and with their new open gaming license, they will, with the new ORC over the OGL, they will make sure that it stays that way. And even with the remaster and everything, there is so little that has changed that slowly things may be converted over, but they will still remain just as free to anyone out there. So if you want to just look into it and give it a try, there is nothing you have to purchase to do that. And the number one thing that I feel really does set it apart and I enjoyed the most about this system, especially how it deals with combat using it, is the 3-action system. Now, many of you may have heard this talked about. This is what it's probably best known for. There are certain other systems where you have a move action, some sort of attack action, some sort of other action you can do over here, and it very limits that this ability has to be this type of action. This ability has to be done here, or has to be a full action that takes up your entire turn. Now, the way Pathfinder does it is every character and every NPC, monster, everything in the game, unless it has some special rules which always apply to everything, gets 3 actions on their turn. Do you want to move up to your speed over there? That's an action. Do you want to shoot an arrow at it? That's an action. Do you want to distract it? An action. There are so many things that just easily fall into this category that it makes it extremely easy to understand how much abilities cost you to do in combat. There are some actions, such as long jumping or casting a spell, which will have more than one action that it requires. So do keep in mind, not everything is only one action. Or some things are 3 actions, or some things you do outside of combat still have 1 minute, 10 minute casting times, for example, or rituals that can take days to do. So it really makes it so that you can change up what you need to do on the fly. If you need to run away, you can use all 3 of your actions and run. If you want to beat something in the head, even from level 1, you can attack 3 times. You'll have an attack penalty, so it's not always the best thing to do on your turn to attack 3 times. But it is something that you can do. This allows you a great amount of flexibility of moving, attacking, doing different skill actions to recall knowledge, hide, and do all sorts of things. Wrestle them if you want. There are so many different combinations that you can do that you can even change it up with the same character to change up your style in different fights depending on if you want to be mobile, if you want to help protect others by, helping to hit the ones that are on them, or any number of things you can do in a turn because you have 3 actions. You can use them however you want. I can keep gushing over this, but this is truly what I think is what sets the combat of Pathfinder 2nd Edition apart from nearly any other system I have played. And there is a very basic rundown of 5 reasons that I think everyone should at least give Pathfinder a try. There are so many different other things that are interesting about this. With the remaster coming out, there should be a lot more people interested, maybe even new players who might be like you and don't know as much about it and want to learn more. If you have any other questions or things that you love about the system you want to share with others, be sure to share them down in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and as always everybody, remember to be awesome. Until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.